this season, despite the injuries and the times that you haven't played? How did it go compared to what you expected for yourself?
Ups and downs as every season, I would say. Learn new things about your teammates, more about yourself, and how it was frustrating at times, like just being out and not being able to be out there with teammates and win some more games. Like, it's frustrating, so you learn, give yourself a little bit of grace when you're like doing the right things, but things are not working out, and then just giving yourself a little patience. And so you learn things about yourself, and when you're out there, I feel like just spending time with a lot of the same guys as last year, just getting to know them and learn new things and stuff like that. So up and down.
You've talked about it, like wanting to try to expand your game and experiment with your game. What do you think you can take out of this year that has worked, and is there anything that you think like, hey, we tried it, didn't work, let's move on with something else next year?
Yeah, I think it's just a continuous progress, like a project. It's not going to be perfect overnight. I think I learned a lot. Just where do I want to go get the ball, and we worked on a lot with Will and the other assistant coaches, and I think obviously it's not perfect, but I figured some things out, and that's some progress that I can kind of take into the summer and keep working at. So
You use the term patience. With where the team is and just the nature of the rebuild right now, how hard is it then to be patient, I guess, when it comes to just the team in general?
it's always hard when you're not winning games, and you just keep putting the work in and kind of not lose your mind about when you do have some of those tough losses, and kind of like still looking at the big picture. And so you just try to keep getting better every day. That's all you can do. So
Do you think there was a root cause of why some of your numbers were down?
I wouldn't say one reason. I feel like there's having a successful season individually and team wise. It's tough and hard to do, obviously. So a lot of things have to click. There's some things we can look at the film after we're done. Just sit down with Will and kind of see what we can do better next year. And so some days shots are just not falling and stuff. So I wouldn't be too worried about it. I think we had a lot of different lineups. Like, a lot goes into it. So obviously, it's just got to watch the film and try to be better next year individually. But I think it's a sum of a lot of things.
I think there are some fans who saw the injury report and saw back injury and then knee injury and worried if that will impact your future career or even just your off season. Do you think you're going to be at 100% for kind of a healthy, full, productive off season?
Yeah, for sure. Like always, take a little bit of time mentally and physically get right, and I trust the people that I'm working with to kind of start building up slow. And obviously we have a big summer with national team, and I think I'm excited for that, because that's in previous years those are the years I've always felt the best physically and mentally, to be honest. Like, 'cause you're getting game reps right before the NBA season starts, so that kind of gets me excited for the summer, for being able to play for your country, and then how that's going to lead up into the NBA season.
So many people from the outside of the team, like the biggest thing coming for the Jazz, right, is whatever happens in the lottery. How much are you paying attention to like what might happen on lottery night?
I mean, I've always been in Finland for that, so kind of excited to wake up in the morning and see what happened. See how the timing goes. Maybe I get to go, maybe I won't. I was there for when I was getting drafted. It was a pretty fun event to be around. There's a lot of former NBA players, and you get to see and hang around with. So those are always fun times, but I don't think I'll be paying that much attention. I'm going to be working out in Finland most likely, and so
What does it mean for Finland to host some Eurobasket games?
It means a lot. I'm fortunate enough. This is going to be second time we're hosting when I'm playing. So, 2017 it was packed house every night, a lot of fun and really competitive games. So, looking forward to build on that, and I think we have a really good team, and so hopefully we can create some buzz and kind of make a big run for it. So.
If in September, the roster is still as young as it is right now and looks like another rebuilding year like this year, do you want to be here?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like what I did last summer with signing here, that kind of tells you the confidence I have in the organization and the guys we have. That I love being in Utah, so we'll see what happens in the summer. There's things that you can't control, but I love being in here and working out with the guys that we have and building this thing as an old guy.
You kind of had a break this season from worrying about trade rumors, stuff like that. Are you kind of mentally prepared for that to start up again?
Yeah, I feel like this year was kind of a one-off. You know, I'm used to it every year, and then this was kind of so I'm ready for it. You know, it's just a part of the business, and it can happen overnight, and like it did last time for me. So you kind of learn to live with not worrying about like what if. It's just as of right now, today I'm here, and that's how we're living. And if something changes, then we adjust. But so yeah, I'm ready for it. But it was nice to have a year off of it. So.
Being around so many young players this year, I know earlier in the year it's kind of you were open about kind of stepping out of your comfort zone and using your voice a little more. What was that like throughout the whole season, just learning to kind of teach these young guys what was going on?
Yeah, you try to expand a little bit, but like you still want to be yourself and lead the way I'm built, but you try to expand and learn new things and kind of figure out what I talked about earlier. You learn your teammates and kind of not all the leadership styles or coaching styles work for everybody, you know. So you kind of try to pull them aside and talk to them one-on-one. And I don't think I'm ever going to be the guy who's cussing out everybody before every game and stuff like that. But kind of learn your teammates and then stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit and talk to them. And obviously I've had some experience in the NBA already, so I try to use that to kind of like what I've learned whenever somebody tells about their previous experience and story about themselves or whatever, that kind of sticks with them more. And so that's one of the things that you kind of try to use. And
what stands out to you about the rookies this year?
who was our rookies? Cody.
Kyle.
Yeah. As all rookies, I feel like they've had good games and bad games, and the thing I've liked is their like daily approach. I think they've come into the gym and ready to work. Every time I walk in, I feel like I'm early at the facility. I see them going at it already in the morning. So that's been a really good to see, and doing your best to get better and get a great successful career for yourself. So they've gotten better throughout the year. There's obviously things they can work on, but I like the way they're going and approaching, and hopefully they all have a big summer and kind of leading to next year and make some noise.
You talked about the faith you have in Jazz leadership and management. What gives you that faith? Why are you confident in them? What attributes do they have that make you confident?
Yeah, the conversations we've had, and the big thing is getting to know them as people, what they value, and how they approach their job, and obviously with the track record that the teams they've built in the past, and I think that gives me plenty of confidence in having Ryan as an owner and getting to know him more, and so I'm really happy where we're at, and that gives me the confidence and trust. So then I get to worry about actually getting better as a player and producing on a basketball court.
What would you like to add to your game this summer?
Just keep getting better at the end of game and isolation stuff. I know it's going to come down to that, and there's same answer every year. Work on everything. tightening the handle up a little better and again getting more out of the comfort zone with the shots. Obviously I shot a lot of, I feel like, tougher shots that I've done in the past. The window's a little smaller. Everybody knows you can shoot, and kind of doing that off the dribble and stuff like that. So those are the big things.
You made a big leap in 2022 playing for Team Finland and making that jump to being the #1 guy. Does that give you an opportunity to get more live reps doing that? Like, do you see that as an opportunity?
Yeah, for sure. You try to get as many live reps throughout the summer as you can, because I think that's one of the best ways to get better at it, because you have somebody guard you instead of going 1-on-0. And but then having that opportunity to first go through a training camp, getting live reps at that, and then into competitive games when the stakes are high, obviously, for us. So getting those high pressure moments in games, I think that's going to be great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Larry.
Thank you.
All right.